When Henry and Donald were at the works being repainted, the others had to do their work until they returned. Douglas helped Oliver at Doug's branch train for a while today. And of course, James is assigned to take Henry's freight train, aka the Flying Kipper, when Henry was away being repainted. Unfortunately, Gordon has trouble steaming up today again, so Sir Tom had decided to choose James to take the express today. James was really enjoying taking the express. It made him more splendid, and of course, was more proud than ever. One day, James had to stop at Rosewood to pick up passengers when Douglas was there. You know, Douglas, pulling the express is a very important job, like me and Gordon. And I'm the most splendid engine on the island. And you're just a goods engine. You just can't pull express trains, could you? Aye, but we're mixed traffic engines like you and Henley. Besides, we pull coaches and passengers too. But James had no paying attention to it. As the guard's whistle blew, James puffed away and snootily as he puffed out of the station. Ugh, shut off these days. When James arrived at the shed, Sir Tom had an important news announcement. There is going to be more visitors from the mainland and of course the world, so I want all of you to give them a great tour ride. Unfortunately, there are more visitors than ever I thought, and to make things more worse, we seem to be running out of coaches. But I have purchased more coaches to add up into the train. Unfortunately, the train might be really heavy. So James, I want you to be the doubleheader with Douglas for today. Wait, why do I have to be a doubleheader with one of the Scotland twins? They're good at hauling goods. Yes, James, but they also haul in passenger trains too. Even though they mix traffic engines doesn't mean they can pull many coaches. So I want you to be your best behavior, James. James didn't mind, but he said he has to be hauled along with Douglas in front. And no one ever sees my red car paint behind me. When the day came, James's driving fireman set James ready. As soon as he was good to go, James puffed away. When James arrived at the platform, he could not believe his eyes. There were many passengers waiting at the platform, and there were so many that James miscounted. To make things more shocking, there were many coaches at the platform. Let's try our best, James. We stop at Wellsworth. Douglas is there waiting for us at the next station. That way we can start the double-header express. James didn't want to admit it, but he knew that the passengers need to get home. When the guard whistle blew, James set off. At first, the express run went pretty well, but due to the heavy coaches pulling James behind him, he had a hard time catching up. Cheered the coaches as James kept on puffing. I will keep on puffing! I will do it! Puffed James, and slowly but surely, James whistled on top speed. It was not easy hauling 8 coaches at the same time. But at last, James arrived at Wellsworth, tired but triumphant. Luckily, Douglas was there waiting for James. Thank goodness you're here. And I thought only one engine could do the work on his own. I got no time for teasing, Douglas. I need your help. Those coaches are holding me back, but thankfully the coaches kept on. Can you help me please get up the hill? Douglas knew there was no time for teasing, but he was glad to help his friend with heavy loads. Aye, of course I can help. Just watch me how I can do. Soon, Douglas was coupled on behind James. And soon, everything was ready. Let's try our best to keep up Puff up the hill, says Driver. The hill is steep, and it's hard for us to climb. Aye, looks like we can do it together, James, can't we? James don't want to admit it at first, but he wanted to help with Douglas as well. And soon he agreed. The guard blew his whistle, and the 2 engines set off. Clouds and steam puff up James and Douglas as they almost reach the top of Gordon's Hill. We can do it, said James. We will do it, shouted Douglas. At last, but tired, but brave triumphant, the 2 brave engines reached the top together. We did it! Well done, shouted their drivers as James and Douglas reached towards the next station. When Gordon finally returned his express run, James and Douglas finally got their rest. Aye, and I thought you were just going to do something before we start our journey, eh? We actually behaved for once, James. I'm impressed. But how do you do that? Well, I don't want to be rude or anything. I was just too vain, that's all. Plus, I can't be rude for others like you, Douglas, because you helped me. And I think I've noticed something. And what's that, lad? I was wrong to say I was so rude to you, Douglas. But I was wrong. You and brother are much more handled and expressed than me, since there's too many coaches for me to handle. And since I helped with you, Douglas, I was wrong to say that you can't pull express with your brother as well. Maybe perhaps 2 twin engines are better than 1 heavy express engine after all.